So Sunday, the 15th, I think, of June 2014, I just come back from my last Ayahuasca ceremony, my second one, that finished about almost 3 hours ago. It's like 9:20 now, 9:15, and it was kind of tough because of the nausea, but I didn't get any, like I didn't have a proper Ayahuasca experience. I didn't, I didn't get anywhere near what the others were describing, like the visions and the teachings and all that. I didn't get any of that. I got one vision at the very end. I took ayahuasca 4 times. I threw up after the second. Then I got a really pleasant moment smoking the Mapacho organic tobacco cigar. Really great, full of love, great feeling, just feeling fantastic. Didn't want to leave that place. And then I took the third one and the fourth one, and shortly after taking the fourth one, I threw everything up. I kind of knew that was going to happen. And then I went outside and just laid in the grass there, which is really pleasant in the shade. And I was lying on my back, and I smoked the Mapacho again, just looking at the blue sky. And I couldn't get any visions with my eyes closed, but with my eyes open I could see these little tiny little white lights just dancing around, more or less in circles, just like they would die out after maybe 2 or 3 seconds. They're just like very fleeting, so they just move around, disappear, and then some other little bright light would take over, and so that all my vision was just like sprinkled in these little things. And I was like, who are you? I was just asking, like, who are you? I wondered, if maybe these were lives that were seen from a different point of view or something, in a different point in time, just like our lives could be seen from a much further point of view. We're just a few seconds, right, in a few moments in the life of the universe. And I just wondered if maybe those lights were just lives. I don't know. I really don't know what those lights were. And while I was there, I was kind of, I was glad. I was grateful, actually. I said thank you a few times to just, even though it's not much, I'm grateful to have this, rather than not having anything. I was glad to get those visions, even though I didn't get anything else, and at least not in terms of visions. And then but I didn't feel particularly great or amazed by it. But yeah, I'm glad I had that. I'm really glad I had that. I'm glad I took it the 4th time. When I threw up the 2nd time, so this was after the 4th take, the 4th dose, I got this tingling feeling as you get when you, apparently this is normal when it starts to make its effect. And I got this really, this was not a tingling feeling anymore. I got it in my hands and my forearms, and I was holding the bucket that I was throwing up into. And this was more like, this wasn't tingling anymore, this was vibrational, right? This was my hands just vibrating, like really intensely. It was amazing. Like, there was this incredible energy in there. And it did that to me a bit when I threw up the previous times, but this was really strong. It was amazingly strong, and it was so strong that for a moment I wondered if I would be able to keep hold of the bucket like this, because it felt like my hands were shaking. And probably from the outside it didn't look like they were, but to me they were just vibrating. They were not shaking, but vibrating so intensely. And anyway, you throw up, and then the nausea disappears. At least that's what happens to me. The nausea just disappears virtually instantly. You start feeling a lot better. And then what I do is I usually smoke the Mapacho, and that seemed to bring on the visions a bit. Now they say that Mapacho can moderate the experience, but they say it can also kick you into it. So I don't know exactly what it did for me, whether it prevented me from going further in, or did Did it give me the visions? I don't know. Anyway, when I saw those lights and I stopped smoking this cigar thing, after a few moments, usually the lights would disappear, and when I'd smoke it again, you have to inhale it, then they would reappear. And I had that for maybe 20 minutes, I don't know, 30 minutes. It's really hard to know. Maybe it was 10 minutes, maybe it was 40. I have no idea really. Like, the notion of time just disappears, right? I'd say, yeah, maybe 20 minutes, I don't know. So, and that was it, and then we went inside, and everybody gave us their experiences, and when I got out, well, at the end, you hug everybody, you hug each person, one by one. And actually there's a guy I didn't hug. I guess he didn't feel the need to hug me, and I didn't feel the need to hug him, so we didn't hug. But everybody else, we just hugged, and for me it was really very emotional. I was like kind of crying, and one lady, I think she was 45 or something, she was like kind of, I looked at her and I thought, at one point I thought she's like the perfection of femininity in a way, and it wasn't, and what was really, I guess, kind of new was that it was a way of looking at a lady, at a woman, and there was no desire whatsoever in there, just no desire, but just recognizing like kind of feminine perfection in a way, feminine beauty. That was kind of a strange feeling in a way. At the same time, it didn't feel strange, it felt normal, but I guess it was kind of new. And she was so nice. Like, she saw I needed to cry, and she just like hugged me twice really hard for a long time, and just like told me to just let it all out, and I didn't manage to let it all out, but I was grateful that she wanted to help me, and it was really nice. I don't even know her name. So yeah, that's it really. I better stop talking. I'm so tired, really. But finally I got to eat something. I'm getting hungry again already. So there you have it.